All right, guys, the Seahawks just made a trade. They traded down from pick number 83, and they traded with our good friends, the Denver Broncos. Traded with the Broncos all the way down to round 4, actually, so we will probably not pick again today unless we trade back up. So we sent pick number 83 to Denver, and they just used it to take Riley Moss. Not a player that I particularly cared for, but we moved 25 spots down, and we picked up a third-round pick next year. Now, traditionally speaking, when you have a draft pick that is a year out, you reduce the value of it by 1 round. So if the pick is in 2024, the third rounder, it becomes in immediate value like a fourth rounder. And if you take a look at the draft charts, unfortunately, it needs to be said that in terms of point value, it's at least some kind of a win for the Denver Broncos in terms of the raw trade value. You have about a 100-point difference between the 83 and the 108, and and a fourth-round pick is worth at most about 90 points. Now, that's on the draft chart value list, and clearly teams are not really following that anymore. Trade downs are basically dead. So that chart needs to be updated because teams are clearly not looking at it like that anymore. That being said, I think it really does highlight that this team is not really going all out to try to win a Super Bowl this year. They are trying to do things in such a way that accumulate talent and maybe prep for a year after 2023. To move down 25 spots is no joke here. We are going to miss out on players that people wanted. Not necessarily Riley Moss. I didn't like Riley Moss that much, and we already took a cornerback. But at the end of the day, over these next 25 picks, I guarantee there are going to be some guys that Seahawks fans absolutely lose their minds about because we could have had them. Adi, Luke Whippler, Diane Henley, even a guy like a Trenton Simpson, Darnell Washington, Emil Ekiyor Jr. These are all guys who have a very high chance of being gone by the time that the Seahawks pick again. And people will always look at this trade as going, well, we could have had that guy, but we made this trade for a third-round pick next year. And again, if you go by that system of devaluing the pick by a 1 round because it's 1 year away, even if the Broncos are 0-17 next year and give us the number 1 pick in the third round, the number 1 pick in round 3, it's still not great. It's still a small win for the Broncos. But again, I think that chart needs to be set on fire. Because clearly it's not being utilized anymore. But Seattle trades down with Denver, moves down from 83 to 108, and picks up a 2024 third-round pick, which is good. I mean, it's a top 100 pick, but we're not going to get to see the benefits from it for a year. And there goes Diane Henley, by the way, who Seahawks fans would have loved to have picked up. So I'm going to have to now hear about Diane Henley from a lot of Seahawks fans for the rest of the day. All right. See you guys later. Go Hawks. We're probably done for the day. Obviously, I'm going to write it out. But, yeah, that was a little bit of a anticlimactic end to the Seahawks in day 2, I think.